9 on chapter 7. Yeah, I just have
So
this,
2.7, problem 9?
correct.
Okay, so let me go directly to your problem because they're all different. So one question, one of your colleagues had the question, do we still have time to complete this? Yes, you have time to complete this till Monday night. However, I wanted this to be done by tonight so we can discuss it. But if you're fine with that, I'm fine with it. Okay, 2.7. I got to 2.7 and I'm looking now, almost there. Problem 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we have, the reason I wanted to look at your problem so I can answer exactly your problem. So you have f of x equals 5x squared minus x cubed, and we're asked to find f prime of 1 and use it to find the equation of the tangent line. That's what I was hoping you would ask because I didn't get the chance to show a problem like this. Perfect. So whatever this graph is, I don't care. So let's say this is when x is 1. So I'm asked to find the equation of this tangent, and the point is 1, 4. So I am able to determine the equation of a line if I have the slope and if I have a point. And then I have y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. And where I know that 1 is x1 and 4 is y1, and I need to determine the slope. So I have several options here. I either find f prime of 1 in one of the two ways. What are those? Limit as h approaches 0 from f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 over h. The other option is limit as x approaches 1 from f of x minus f of 1 over x minus 1. So this is one possibility. The second possibility is I'll say I don't care for these. I will determine f prime of x, which is the limit as h approaches 0 from f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. And when I'm done, I'll plug in 1. So now you have to tell me which one would you like to work on. You want this, you want this, you want this. It doesn't matter. I will not indicate. Yes, sorry, forgive me, Mark.
I was gonna the top method.
So you want this one? Which of these two you want?
The top one.
This one. Perfect. Okay. So we want to work on f prime of 1, which is limit as h approaches 0. Please, when you write your problems, I want to show this because I had a discussion before and I want to make sure you understand. Please write the limit operator. Please write the function. Please write the equal symbol. Please write the limit operator. Write whatever you're doing. Please write the equal symbol so I know there are not two equal symbols, but I know that something follows, so I will look again on the next row to see what you wrote. Okay, so limit function equal symbol, limit function equal symbol. So this tells me, oh, there is something more. Something follows. Okay, so I find it here. So also you remember when I put a circle or a square or whatever, so you know that from here I have other explanation here and I'm jumping wherever that falls. So you know where that something follows. So you can follow in a flow. It was a normal flow of the problem. Okay, enough of that. What am I doing? So I know I talk too much. 1 plus h, you don't have to tell me, and I know. 1 plus h to the third minus f of 1. F of 1 is 5 minus 1, which is 4, divided by h. Is this okay with everyone?
Yeah, I got that so far.
Any questions, anybody here? Any questions?
Not right now.
Is that okay? Good. So if you choose this route, first of all, I know how to expand this. That takes a blink. How many terms do we have when we square a binomial? How many terms do we get?
Great.
Very good. So it's 1 plus 2h plus h squared. But now this is slightly more involving. I know the formula, and I will tell you what it is. So a plus b to the third power equals a to the third plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus, and that tells you that something follows, it's not done, plus b to the third. Now, if there is a minus here, signs will alternate, plus, minus, plus, minus. Okay? Now, let's say you don't know the formula. In that case, you will have to write 1 plus h squared, 1 plus h. You will have to square this again, which you know is 1 plus 2h plus h squared, 1 plus h. You will distribute. And I guarantee you will get this. 1 plus 3h plus 3h squared plus h cubed. Because I'm using the formula directly, or you can distribute. If you don't remember the formula, it's okay. You really don't need that. Now, if you have power 4 and 5 and so on and so forth, it's more difficult. We have something called the Pascal's triangle or combinatorics to determine powers of a binomial taken to different exponents. Okay, so now I have to replace this and multiply all these terms by 5. I have to replace this and multiply all the terms by -1. Of course, it must be 0 over 0. There is no question there. So let's try. 5 minus 1 minus 4 is 0 over 0. It has to be 0 over 0. And I know that the term that creates 0 over 0 is the factor that has to go away. Which factor is that? I'm asking a question so I can sip some water. If I plug in 0 and I get 0 over 0, which factor creates that problem?
H.
Excellent, Sarah. Thank you. Of course. H minus 0, or H. Very good. Thank you. We discussed that. Please go back and revisit the factor and the remainder theorems. Okay. So I'm on page 2. I'm showing that I have a triangle here. So it follows, I have too many cables here. It follows, and my explanation continues here. Okay? So here it is. So I have limit. Do not forget to copy the limit operator. And you will see me running out of room, I'm pretty sure, in a moment. So 5 plus 10h plus 10h squared. And then minus 1 minus 3h minus 3h squared minus h cubed minus 4. Almost. Almost. Okay? So now let's see what happens. Terms without h must go away, and they do. 5, -1, -4. 5 minus 5 is 0. And now let's see, limit. So the equal symbol and follows, h approaches 0. So I start with the highest degree, -h cubed, with the degree of the polynomial. Then I have 10h squared with minus 3h squared, so this is positive 7h squared. And so these terms are all done, taken care of. And I have a 10h minus 3h, which is positive 7h. And divided by h. So, of course, I will factor out. Please do not simplify in a sum. Even if you're lazy like me, please do not simplify in a sum. Pull out -h. So we have h squared minus 7h and minus 7. Only now we can simplify. And what is the answer?
the limit of h as it approaches 0 would be negative h, or negative h squared minus 7h, or plus 7h plus 7 over 1.
So you want to write it again? Is that what you're saying?
Oh.
I was going to drop the limit operator and just write the answer.
Just do negative 7?
But there is a negative in front.
7.
7?
That's it. So now we can go back and plug in 7 here. So y minus 4 equals 7, x minus 1. So y minus 4 equals 7x minus 7, and I'm adding 7. So y equals 7x minus 3. I'm adding 4, I meant to say.
How did you get 10h squared?
No reason. Sorry. Sorry. Thank you. No reason. It's 5. Thank you. That changes 10 minus 3. So that's a 5 minus 3, so it's 2. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So that's a 2. So that's a 2. Perfect, thank you. Sorry. It doesn't affect the slope, but thank you. So I have 5 times 1, 5 times 2, and 5 times 1. Now I want to verify everything again, just to make sure. So, yes, negative 1, negative 3, negative 3h squared, negative h cubed, and negative. Yes. So then I had a negative h cubed. That's correct. Then I have positive 2h squared. Then I have positive 7h. Those are gone. Negative 2h and minus 7. Everything is okay. Thank you. My apologies. Yes. Is this okay? Is this problem okay?
Which problem was this one?
It's not your problem. Every problem is different. So it was one of your colleagues asked about this.
Yeah, I think I see where I missed one of the steps.
Okay.
And then I think now that I know where the problem was, I could probably finish it.
Okay. Well, that's finished now.
It needed to know something through a specific point, I think.
Right here, the equation.
Oh, wait a minute. Yep, no, you're right.
We're asked to find the equation of the tangent line to the curve at the point 1, 4. We already used the point 1, 4 here. 1, 4.
Yep, no, it's good.
We needed to determine the slope first and then find the equation. Any other questions? Anything? Anyone?
Do you have a preference on what type of form you write the equation in? Like, do you prefer slope-intercept or point-slope?
It has to be in a slope-intercept form.
Okay, got it.
It has to be solved for y. Yes. So very good question. Thank you. Yes. Anything else? Other questions? So I like to give it a shot and try these breakout rooms. I created what I would like you to do. First of all, let's go back and look at the previous test. Did any Gia? Any questions?
Yeah, I had a question about 62.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, 62. What's 62? What am I looking at?
It is arctan x equals 1 minus x. You wanted us to do the IVT.
Okay, so first of all, I have to create a function, which is arctangent x minus 1 plus x, because I have to rewrite this. That's the first step. Arctangent x minus 1 plus x equals 0. Sorry, I didn't mean to forget. I was just thinking of the next step. Sorry, my apologies. So I have to say that this function is always continuous everywhere. We know the graph of arctangent, and this is a linear function. So this is always continuous. Now I have to put it in the graphing calculator. So here it is. Let me share my screen. Where is my share button? I got it. I found it. Okay. Okay, I have to erase all this. I just worked with my statistics students. Let me delete that. Clear. Okay. So, and y equals, clear that too. So I have arctangent, so second and tangent, x, close the parenthesis, and then minus 1 and plus x. Okay, so I normally, with these functions, I can graph them and take a look, but one option would be just to go to the table and just try to start with something small, like 0, 1, and I'm done. I change the sign between 0 and 1. And 0 is negative and 1 is positive. So I'm going to stop sharing. So f of 0 is negative, f of 1 is positive. By IVT, there exists a number c between 0 and 1, such that f of c is 0. Other questions here? Anything?
I have a question, but just kind of like on the format. You said it's okay if we did that in words, like, correct?
You still have to write by IVT.
Yeah.
I will find a c in the interval 0, 1, such that f of c is 0. All this has to be written somehow. Yep.
Okay. All right.
In that one, so I was stuck on that, and I decided to put from minus 0.1 to 0.1. I mean, still a 1 interval.
You need a 1 unit interval. If you want to go narrower, you can, but there is no need.
Oh, okay.
If you want to determine between 0.1 and 0.2, fine by me. You're just wasting your time, though.
What I thought it was that the so parenthesis 0, that means the 0 is not included.
Yes, it's not included.
Okay.
It's not included. It's open parenthesis. So you have to say in this case that it's continuous on 0, 1 with brackets, but C is in the open interval, correct? In other words, C is not 0 and it's not 1. Anything else?